All right, welcome back. Thank you again for tuning in. Thank you for hanging in there with us. I know we're going past our time, but we have an extra half an hour waiting us. So we're here. We're gonna open up the phone lines so you can call in and whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about. Before we do go any further, I do want to say happy birthday to Miss Josephine Thomas. Birthday was on July the 27th.
And
yes, you have any birthdays?
I do. Okay. My sister Nikki celebrates her
Okay.
birthday today. Alvin, can you put my
birthday,
sister's
Nikki.
picture up real quick?
Happy birthday.
Oh my
How old is
gosh,
she?
if I didn't, she's 47.
47.
Oh, I don't know if she wanted me to tell everybody.
Too late now. Happy birthday, Nick. Happy birthday.
So yeah, 40, daggone.
Oh no, it's all right.
I remember when she was born.
I'm gonna be nice. I'm not even gonna follow up on that one.
Oh.
Okay. There she is. There both of you go. All right.
That was at Gundy's 40th birthday party.
Happy birthday, Nick.
Happy birthday, Nikki.
All right. So again, we do invite you to call in. The number is on the screen if you want to talk about anything. Earlier, Raina, I had mentioned you're here, so I guess you're in it now. I try to give you the green light to.
I know, but
okay.
if I'm going to be in it, I got to be in it.
All right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Welcome.
You said welcome to the real world?
Yeah. But there was an article this morning in the News Journal about how race has been brought into the mayor's race. And I guess it all stemmed around the mayor's chief of staff sending an email out to members. It was a private email out to members.
Okay, I will. Hold on, please, 1 second.
Sending an email out to members of the Monday Club. And I don't have the email, but it just talked about how race has been brought into the mayor's race. But I'm reading it, I'm like, when hasn't race been?
I was getting ready to say that.
When hasn't it been brought? When hasn't race been a part of everything? Right. So for the News Journal and for people to act like race doesn't matter and isn't on people's mind, that is ridiculous. And for people to jump on a bandwagon and say, I don't know why he would do that. I don't know why. We're trying to, like, race doesn't matter. Race matters. And whether people want to talk about it or not, it doesn't matter. Race does matter. And not saying, I'm not even trying to put Mr. Foreman in a category, not trying to put any of the candidates in a category, but at least admit that it matters and at least talk about it, at least have the conversation. Don't try to quell it and push it under the rug and act like it doesn't exist.
I think at the mayor's debate, one of the candidates did admit that race doesn't matter. Welcome to the Congo Hour.
Hey, how you doing today?
I'm wonderful, and yourself? We're all wonderful. How about yourself?
I'm always doing good.
Good. You have a question or concern?
I have a concern about Darius Brown.
About who?
Darius Brown. Darius Brown.
Okay. Okay. We're listening.
Are you listening?
Yes.
I want to know, Darius Brown, 2 years ago, he must have tried to get out of the union. All of a sudden, he cut out of the union. And I want to know, what can I do to bring that attention to him?
Could you hear him?
I couldn't. I didn't understand the name that he said.
I think he's talking about Darius. Darius that's on city council, maybe?
Okay.
I'm here.
Sir, is your television turned down?
Yes, it is turned down. I'm looking at y'all right now.
Okay. So if you could start all over again, please.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is.
What's your concern or your question?
Quite a while, Darius Brown was trying to help us get a union. I would like to know how I can get in touch with Darius Brown and ask him what happened with the union.
Okay. Wayne can take your number, I think. Oh, I can.
You take the number.
Okay.
For
Well,
me.
do me a favor, sir.
Yes, I can hear you.
Just call me and I can get you. I can give Darius your phone number so you can talk directly with him. Okay.
I have no problem with that.
Okay. My number is 218-8630.
860.
Yeah, 218-8630. Call me around 9:30 and I'll get you in touch with him.
I really appreciate
Okay.
that. I want y'all to have a good one, too.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Oh, thank
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, so just kind of getting back to where we were. It seems like every time, you want to answer that and just see if they want to hold, please?
Hi, do you mind holding 1 second?
No, I don't.
All right, thank you.
We can't even, like, everybody wants us to get past race, but nobody even wants to have the conversation.
Right.
Like, how do you get past and make things better if you don't even want to talk about it, and you won't even admit that there's an issue?
Right.
You know, there are concerns around race.
And there are concerns around race. There's reasons why you have concerns regarding race. Whether it is the way you were reared in your home and you were taught that this is what we believe, this is what we, this is part of our custom in our home, or if you're influenced by what's going on in the media, there's no way to even attempt to act like race is not a fabric of this whole situation.
It is
absolutely unrealistic,
and it always has been.
Yeah.
And so let's just talk about it. Let's not act like it's not there, because it's there.
Right.
And it's not saying that white can't support black and black can't support white. I'm not even saying that.
Right.
But don't act like there's just no issues. That's, I don't think that's not going to hit us down the path that everybody says they want, that path that they want to hit down, if we won't even talk about it.
Right.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, ma'am. Did you have a question or concern?
Yes, Trippy, I missed the last conversation you were having. Was that a candidate that said black lives didn't matter? Someone that was running for office?
No, that's just a lot of feedback that once
Oh
people.
no, I was wondering. No, because I'm just saying I wanted to know who he was and if he was running, because I want to be sure not to vote for him.
Oh no one that I know. I don't think anybody would say that publicly.
Right.
No,
But,
I'm saying, what did you just say about the gentleman?
There are times when we say Black Lives Matter, and the automatic response sometimes is all lives matter, kind of taken away from the whole Black Lives Matter movement. That's what we were talking about. But no one that I said that I know of said that specifically.
Okay, I misunderstood. I thought you said that a guy, gentleman said that made a statement that
No.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right. Thanks for calling.
I like that she wanted to make sure she know who it was, because she wasn't going to vote for that person.
But like to automatically come back and say all lives matter again, it just negates the whole conversation.
Right. And what you're doing is you're trying to eliminate talking about what is specific.
Right.
When the Korean community in another city in this country has an initiative, they call it the Korean something. They don't call it all people anything. It's directly related to their portion of the community. And so, for us to, remotely be put under the microscope like what we're talking about is a bad thing is absolutely ridiculous. This is us trying to preserve the piece of the community we have left, because they absolutely matter, right? They absolutely matter.
Thank you for calling. Do you have a comment or concern?
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
What I'm calling about is I'm trying to understand how it is the person that is a felon, are they able to vote?
Yes, they can vote now.
They can vote.
Yes, ma'am.
The process has been.
I was wondering about that.
Felons.
And Wayne, you look very pretty this evening.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
What about me and Greg?
Yeah.
Oh, Trippy, you knuckle here.
Oh no.
All right, you all three of you look nice. Okay?
There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy your evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yes, felons have always been able to vote. It's just been a lot harder in the past for them to, get their rights restored.
Right.
But now it's a lot easier for them. That's all.
Right.
That's all.
So remember, every Thursday at the Longshoreman Hall, up until it's election day, you can go there and register to vote. Ready to take the call?
Mm-hmm. If we can, I just want to ask them to hold on.
Can you hold on just 1 second, please?
Okay.
And please turn your television down.
And I guess just getting back to how race plays a role in government. Like, when have we ever had like a black chief of police before there was a black mayor? Or when have we ever had a black chief of fire before there was a black mayor? Maybe we did. Maybe I'm wrong in thinking that we didn't, but I don't think I am. So
I think
it took. It took.
Hold on, please.
Like it took a black mayor to finally, like, for someone to have the courage to say, you know what, a black person can run this police department, or a
to
black
give them
person,
that leadership
right,
opportunity.
a black person can run this fire department. But before that, there was never a black chief of police or a black.
What do you attribute that to? Why do you think that is?
Racism.
Straight up racism. That's
Definitely.
Right.
Why? I mean, I'm not going to try to sugarcoat it.
Right.
I mean, you mean to tell me that as long as there has been a police department in the city of Wilmington, that there has never been a qualified black police officer?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Right. So that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
You can try to sugarcoat and talk around it, but that's exactly what it was. And again, until we have these kind of conversations, like, we're not going to get anywhere.
Yeah, these are the hard conversations. Right. So when they talk about the police department, for example, you hear people in the community say that in the police department it should mirror the community.
Right.
Like
and
it does not. It should be a reflection.
Right.
And so when you talk about cultural diversity amongst the officers, for example, that's an issue with a lot of people in the community. Like, these are officers that that are non-African American that don't understand the life and the culture of these inner city areas.
Right, with their and specifically this area that they're being hired
absolutely
to serve and protect, and they a lot of times you just can't relate.
Right.
And I think it's unfair to even ask them to try to do that without having any type of background around like the inner city and dealing with the black community.
Yeah.
That's almost impossible.
Yeah, and that
Culture shock.
Yeah,
it's culture shock, and that clear separation is one of the reasons why the community at large is disenfranchised from the police, because they don't see themselves in the thread of that force. They're like, well, I don't feel safe, going to a police officer, reaching out. They'll call them when something bad happens in the community, but there needs to be some cultural diversity, I think, it'll really help the community.
And I've been told since I've been on council, I've been told that there is not enough black people who want to be, or qualified black people who want to be police officers, and that is just totally absurd. There is no way that this city does not have qualified black men and women who want to be police officers. But there's a system that has been always set up in Wilmington, and that system is just perpetuated. And the system is to hire people who don't represent what the community looks like.
Right.
And it's wrong.
Right.
And we have to talk about it. It has to be addressed.
Right.
Good evening.
Yes. Hello? I must have got camera shy, phone shy.
Yes, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening to all of you panel.
Good evening.
I just want to comment on that was saying about we need mentors.
Would you be kind and turn your television down? There's an echo.
I'm sorry. Okay. I just wanted to comment on what Trippy was saying about we need.
About.
Okay. Good evening.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's start again.
There you go.
I just wanted to comment on what Trippy was saying about we need mentors. We do need a lot of mentors.
Yes.
Go to these schools and, pick a child and mentor them. And then it was quite interesting what y'all was saying about the first, there's been Black American fire chiefs, lieutenants and chiefs that are Black Americans. Well, I want to trickle down from that. They said it would never be a Black president, but it is. So we need to try to reach out some kind of way and let them children know, yes, we can. And you have a blessed evening.
You do the same. Thank you. I can say that on Newcastle County, the last few graduations, they're more minorities, and I believe the same with the last graduating class from the city.
Yeah, more, but not enough.
Well,
I mean, and I know it has to be a process, but
let's take this call.
But we can't. I don't want to.
Hold on 1 second.
I don't want to. I don't want to get away from the issue, saying that there has been more. I mean, we have to deal with the issue that there's not enough, and I know there's effort, but we still have to deal with what's happening right now.
But then we have to recruit. I mean, there has to be like a recruitment program to get people
and
that
it has
look
to start
like us.
right, and it has to start when they're children, because a lot of times we're brought up to fear the police. So
yes.
Well, you see the young man that was on here earlier. He wants to be a detective.
Okay. So it has to start at a very early age, just because of all the.
Hello.
Yes. Sorry about that. Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Hello. This Sam guy calling in, and I'm gonna share something with your viewing audience, Trippy, that I've actually never publicly talked about.
Okay.
But it sheds some light on this newspaper article. As you know, I'm running for city council at large,
yes,
but
sir.
I was a city council at large council person back in the late 90s.
Yes.
And I was on the historic city council. There were 6 African Americans before I became elected. I made the 7th. That was the first time there was a majority African American city council. When my term was up, Mike Perzicki was part of a group of people who wanted me personally out of office. And what he did is he had his deputy director at the Riverfront Development Corporation run for my seat. They bought everybody else out not to run at large, to put him in and put me out because I was working for the community. They ran the campaign out of the Riverfront Development Corporation. So when somebody's saying that Perzicki pays black people to try to assassinate African Americans, I'm a victim of that. So as I watched this, I felt compelled to add this additional piece of information to the conversations that are taking place.
Okay.
And some of the black people that's on the political landscape now helped Mike Perzicki to assassinate me politically. Now, because I'm professionally trained and know how to do a lot of things, being a councilman isn't how I make a living. It's how I contribute to my community. But he didn't want a highly qualified person with a track record of performance on council. He wanted somebody he owned on council. So just add that to what's not in the written story. And then when Perzicki and Hare campaigned on their side of town with literature with their 2 pictures on it, they were telling people to vote for them 2 and nobody else. When I put out a piece of literature with me and Theo's picture on it in our side of town saying vote for me and Theo and throw away your vote, the News Journal did the same thing they did today. They accused me of playing the race card. They didn't accuse them of playing the race card. This whole article and the whole way it's set up, it's designed to make sure there is no African American political empowerment. And there's a series of candidates on the ballot who are owned by Perzicki that this community better figure out who they are. Because his goal, he's not happy controlling the riverfront. It's his goal to control the whole mayor's office, the city council, and black folks will be wiped out of this city, and they're planning on changing the structure of the government after this election. That's what that piece of legislation is about, restructuring. We're going to all have to have a conversation about it, but it's a trick. If the takeover takes place, the government's restructured so that the districts are larger, so that it's more difficult for people to run in these little, small 6-8 districts. They want them to be larger because then folks can't afford to win without having to sell their souls to get finance. Now, I know about all this stuff, redistricting. I'm an expert in it. So folks better pay attention to what I just said, or they can ignore it. But a lot of times I've told our community about what's going on, and they haven't listened. So, and the community didn't protect me when I protected the community. I'm not mad at the community because we have to grow. But we can't have people looking out for the community. The community got to protect the people that looks out for them. So he shouldn't have been able to send assassins after me, political assassins. He shouldn't have been able to get away with that. So y'all have it. The community has it. And I've never publicly shared that. But that's what happened to me. And we can go dig out the campaign finance records if somebody wants to contradict it. So I'm going to stop there. Thanks for hearing me out.
All right,
All
I
right.
appreciate you even having like the courage to even talk about that. Yeah. And I do invite you know, Mike Pizicki or anyone from his campaign to call in. I know we only have a few minutes left, or even to come on to just to give their side. I definitely want to be fair, but I want to thank Sam Guy for calling in and you know and talking about what really happens sometimes. And again, we just get so caught up once we get into government. We get so caught up in relationships. Like I think all of us go into it for the right reason. Then we start making friends and go out to lunch and dinner, and we get these relationships with people. I mean, then we don't want to offend them. Right. So sometimes we sell out, and we don't always do the right thing for the people who put us there, based on these relationships where we don't want to offend people. Right. And we just have to. I guess we have to know that we're strong enough that we can do the right thing regardless. Right. I did want to talk about something else real quick. I forgot what it was though. Oh, you know what? Another what Sam was talking about. You got to give him some credit, because if you think about the race for a city council president, Justin and Hanifa were in it. In the last minute, someone else jumps in it, and you wonder what that motive is. Is it to try to split the race? Because right now, all you hear about is how Caucasians, white people, want to get back in control of city government. Right, I'm gonna put it out there. I mean, everybody's talking about it behind closed doors, but we're gonna talk about it. That's right. They want to get back in control of the city of Wilmington. So you figure, like, is that person's agenda? Is that person's agenda to try to split the vote between Hanifa and Justin, and they get in and slide in as city council president? And the same thing with the city treasurer. Darius and Ms. Velda, they were in it, and then at the last minute, someone jumps in, and it's their intent to try to split the vote and try to get back in so they can have that control. It's something that we need to talk about and think about. Yeah. We don't have a lot of time right now. I don't know if you guys want to. I don't know if we have any time to comment. Yes.
Ma'am, you have 30 seconds.
Hello.
You have 30 seconds.
Hello. I just want to say I was glad to hear. Hello.
Go ahead.
I just want to say I was glad to hear Sam Guy call up and give that Sam Guy call in and give that information.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
And good luck, Trippy, on your running,
thank you.
Also for Sam Guy.
All right, thank you. Thank you. I know we got to go. I don't know if you guys want to say any comments. We got to wrap up. But again, we want to invite Mike Pizicki or anyone from his campaign to come in and talk about what was brought up by Sam Guy.
Yeah, I'm sure he will definitely come on. I'm sure.
All right. Because you can get in contact with him, so call me to come on.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Hope that you enjoyed this extended Congo Hour. We didn't get to talk about as much as we want to talk about community-wise. We'll have to do it in the upcoming weeks. We love you guys, and God willing, we will see you next Sunday.
All right.